Mega Man, a fantastic game series with many great games, over hundreds of them. But there is a crazy amount of games in this franchise that did not see the light of day. And we're going to go through a little timeline of the cancellations of 4 of those games, doing a little something different today. Let's talk about it. Hi guys, I'm DPX, and I am the In-Depth Detective. Welcome to the show with that same name. Today we look at a little timeline of some canceled Mega Man games. Before we get started, you know what to do. Share this video, subscribe new, hit the bell, and leave a comment, and you'll be a little subscriber.
The Duke is on the deck below you. There isn't much time.
Got it.
An interesting Mega Man game was in development at Amateur Studio and was going to be published by Capcom as a part of the Mega Man X series. This game was codenamed Maverick Hunter and was going to be a gritty first-person shooter Mega Man X game, which is something that was never done before. Keiji Inafune was going to be a part of this game, as he was with just about all other Mega Man games at the time. The choice to go with a first-person shooter was in response to the rise in popularity of the first-person shooter genre at the time, and how it was all the rage. Many concepts from the Mega Man X games would have been incorporated into this game, like the ability to dash, take powers from enemies, and the X-Buster, which would have all been incorporated. However, the development of Maverick Hunter lasted for about 6 months. It got cancelled sometime in 2010 before it was even really publicly announced. There isn't much of a reason I was able to find as to why they cancelled it, the most being the fact that Capcom deemed it a significant gamble. And if I'm going to be honest with you, I think they might be right. It is also worth noting Maverick Hunter's cancellation coincided with Inafune's departure from Capcom. While it was never really released or even officially announced to the public, a playable prototype surfaced and people got to play it. However, Capcom says that the prototype was more of a proof of concept rather than an actual game. In March of 2010, production began on a new Mega Man game called Mega Man Universe. Mega Man Universe was supposed to be a game where you create your own Mega Man levels and share them with the world so other people can play them. Kind of like Mario Maker. But instead of Mario levels, it's Mega Man levels. It was unofficially announced on April 27th, 2010, when Capcom registered the trademark, and on July 16th of that same year, it was officially announced in a stop-motion animated teaser trailer, and it featured Mega Man, of course, but also Ryu from Street Fighter and Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins. On September 2nd of that same year, Mega Man Universe got its first gameplay trailer dropped, and it was shaping up to be a lot of fun. However, the producer of the game, Akiko Ito, stated that the game was very early in production, and he was asking for feedback on what the fans would like to see in the game. 4 months go by. There has been silence when it comes to new games, and Inafune has departed the company, which, as we mentioned earlier, coincided with the cancellation of Maverick Hunter. But Capcom's Christian Svensson, sorry if I said that wrong, stated that the silence was not a result of the game's cancellation, but it had some significant changes due to the feedback from fans, specifically about the art style. However, it wasn't until March 31st in 2011, where it was announced that Mega Man Universe was canceled due to, quote, various circumstances. March 31st, huh? Something about that day and games dying, I guess. And various circumstances was the most of a reason we ever got as to why Mega Man Universe was canceled. Mega Man, as we know, has many side series, and one of them was Mega Man Legends. Mega Man Legends 1 was Mega Man's first ever foray into 3D to mixed reactions, while Mega Man Legends 2 got a more positive response. However, Capcom had plans and started development on a Mega Man Legends 3. In an interview with OneUp.com in May of 2007, Keiji Inafune expressed that the original team members who worked on the previous Mega Man Legends games were interested in developing Mega Man Legends 3. A few months later, Inafune commented that he was asked by several fans if Mega Man Legends 3 would be made, and though he shared his desire to make the game, he stated that he could not do it at that time. More info on Mega Man Legends 3 was announced at New York Comic Con in October of 2010, and although Inafune left Capcom at around that time, the team working on this game stated that the game would continue development and intended to release a prototype version for the 3DS in 2011, and was apparently going to act as like a prologue for the forthcoming main game. On July 18th, 2011, however, Capcom officially announced that Mega Man Legends 3 was cancelled. In replies to fans 2 days later, Capcom's UK Twitter account appeared to blame the lack of fan involvement for the game's cancellation. However, Capcom UK later apologized for the original wording and restated that the tweets referred to the lack of interaction in the development rooms that Capcom created to help the game's development, and not to the fans who, quote, have been nothing but supportive. The prototype was also never released. Rockman Online. Obviously, in America, that would be Mega Man Online, but this was never really announced for America, so it really just goes by Rockman Online, I guess. But Rockman Online was a Korean MMORPG computer game announced in 2010. It was going to be a collaboration between Capcom and NeoWiz Games. This was when MMORPGs were becoming more and more popular, and NeoWiz, as I just mentioned, were going to be helming the project, and they haven't really worked on anything too big, but this would have been their biggest game probably. However, it all fell apart as the game was near the final stages, and had a promotion to name 2 NPCs, and the winner being able to beta test Rockman Online. However, the winner of the contest, Amundshen, didn't receive any such thing or any news from the contest after winning it, and a message from the game's artist indicated that the game was cancelled. This was possibly due to NeoWiz undergoing reconstruction in 2012. However, despite how strong the evidence seemed, nothing was confirmed. There was no statement that said Rockman Online was getting cancelled. Some time passed by though, and in March 2013, NeoWiz announced that Rockman Online was officially canceled. As far as I was able to find, nothing was ever really stated as to why it was canceled, but it was. So yeah, you can see that 3 Mega Man games were canceled in the span of a year, and in that year they announced another Mega Man game that got canceled a few years later. There are way more Mega Man games that were canceled as well, like Mega Man X Interactive, a Game Boy Advanced version of Mega Man Anniversary Collection, and many, many more. But these were 4 games that stood out just because of how soon they were all canceled. But I'm going to throw this over to you. Which game do you wish saw the light of day the most? Is it Maverick Hunter, the gritty first-person shooter Mega Man X game? Was it Mega Man Universe, a Mega Man level creator, where you also get to play as Ryu and Arthur? Was it Mega Man Legends 3, a third installment in a semi-beloved Mega Man side series? Or was it Rockman Online, a Mega Man MMO? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, that'll do it for this episode of The In-Depth Detective. Thanks for watching this. I'm DPX, and I'm also the In-Depth Detective. Signing off. Have a good one.